Howdy folks, Bairdos here with my guide to this year's Spring Alter Ego Extravaganza. In this, I'll show you who's available, what they're good at, any quirks they've got, and, most importantly, how you get them. So, let's get to it. Starting with our sole trust available in the past, we have Adelheid. For those unfamiliar with Adelheid, she's a scholar, and does what you'd expect of a scholar. She puts storms on herself and casts helix spells as well as elemental nukes. These all match the day of the week that it is, so this can be used to great effect or cause major issues with healing if you're not paying attention. But yeah, you don't really want to be healing up the enemy. She'll also try to magic burst with helix spells as well, so that's a nice damage over time potential from her. Certainly a decent mage choice if you're expecting drawn out fights and have elemental bonuses on your side. Otherwise, she's outclassed by Shantoto 2, obviously, and most of the other mages. One thing to add about Adelheid though, is you probably already have her. She's part of the rewards for the Records of Eminence basic tutorial quests. When you're going through the Summoning Trusts part, you should have obtained her, so they really should have replaced her in this, in my opinion. If for some reason you've completed the previously mentioned quest but don't have her, she will set you back 2,000 allied notes from the person standing to my side here in Bastock Markets in the past. So what you want to do is go in, go to item exchange, ribbons, and she's second from the bottom. They're costing 2,000. So that's us started, let us carry on elsewhere. Next up, we're in Windurst, but this could be any of the starter nations or Western Adelheid. Anywhere with our Sparks of Eminence vendor really, to see about who we can get for Sparks of Eminence. This extravaganza we have 3 choices, 2 of which have great uses, the third not so much. So let's start with the odd one out. Sid. Bastock's resident engineer. He's a damage dealer who uses both a club and shoots. Nothing really special about him, although he will save TP till around 2500-ish, waiting to close skill chains, so that's alright. Not someone I use often, he's never impressed, nor does he have any impressive side effects, so yeah, not one I tend to use. Secondly, we have the Cardian, King of Hearts. This somewhat scatterbrainish Cardian is a red mage who casts all the good stuff in the form of Refresh 2, Haste 2, Cures up to Tier 4, as well as Firaga 4 to Magic Burst. All enhancing spells cast by him have a 50% plus to their duration, however he will only cast Haste and Refresh on the party leader, not other trusts or players, so keep that in mind. He also prioritises Erases and Na spells over all else. So yeah, that's alright. King of Hearts isn't a red mage I use often, personally, but in certain circumstances where I don't want Apururu getting refreshed, this is probably the go-to red mage. Apururu not getting refreshed is so that they'll use Not for MP restoration, which is far better. So that makes him certainly a good pick in those situations. The increased durations also make him a solid pick, so yeah, certainly one pick worth picking up. The final trust available for Sparks is Kultada. This pirate is a Corsair, funnily enough, and as such comes with the expected rolls and a gun. He'll use Chaos and Fighter's roll as default, unless certain conditions are met. These being, if your accuracy is below a certain amount in relation to what you're fighting, you'll replace Chaos with Hunters. Anyone has MP relating to their job, you'll replace Fighters with Evokers, this being Refresh. And if the party leader has an experience or capacity point ring on, you'll swap Fighters with Corsairs for that bonus to the points. You'll also use Dark Shot to dispel enemies. Personally, I only use him if I have an XP or CP ring on, otherwise I use a better DD. Certainly for leveling or grinding, he's solid. Each of these trusts will set you back 500 sparks from any Sparks of Eminence vendor, like Film Jobezat, I'm standing next to here at the gate in Windhurst Woods. Our next location is Eastern Adelheid and the Peacekeepers Coalition. Here we'll find 2 more trusts, one that should definitely be picked, the other not so much so. Starting with the one you should definitely grab, we have the female Taru Amchuchu. Amchuchu is a rune fencer, so straight off the bat is the best trust tank for magic tanking. Will use, at least to my knowledge, what you'd expect from a rune fencer, as well as regens up to tier 4. Not a whole lot to say about her, other than get her. The other trust available for Baird comes in the form of Morimar. Cool looking but otherwise run of the mill melee fighter. He uses a great axe, has access to a TP move that will remove all of his TP, restore all of his health, and remove debuffs while making him glow, which will then be followed by 12 Blades of Remorse, but that doesn't really seem to be anything special, not from my experience anyway. Which is a shame, because I love me great axe users. Like I said, looks cool, but yeah, it really hasn't ever impressed me. These trusts can both be bought from Ujle Zeleko to my left, right on the screen, and they'll both set you back 2000 build each. Now on to the Conquest Points, where again we have 2 to choose from. Firstly, Maki Chibuki, one of the lovable Tarus from the Chains of Promethea mission line. Maki is the ranger of the group, doing ranger things and stays out of melee range, which can be useful. However, do not use Maki Chibuki on light stay. That is, unless you like a trust slot being wasted. Maki decides that light stay is his day off. So yeah, you won't get any help on that day. As far as my experience goes, there are better options out there, as far as rangers goes, especially ones that don't require you to plan around damn game day. Our other option from the Conquest Points is Rahal, a solid enough tank option, and a very good one if you're going up against dragons, considering he has Dragon Killer. Nothing else really to distinguish himself from other tanks aside from that, however. Favours Flash over Provoke, but will use both. That's about it. So both of these trusts can be gained from any Conquest Overseer for 1000 points. Whitegate now for the trust available from Assault Points. Nejing is our first choice here, the tank automaton from the At Argan mission line. Can't cure itself, however it can dispel, which other tanks can't. However, its big selling point is its 37.5 damage reduction that it gets as standard. This is something I was unaware of until today, so very much a useful thing to know. I'll certainly be using him a lot more from now. Nashmira also gets a 10% bonus to defense and enmity gain when summoned alongside Nejing. However, this does not work with Nashmira 2. The other option here is Ovjang, the mage automaton. Ovjang sadly has never come across as stellar when I've used it. Can only dispel, but only single target elemental nukes up to tier 4. So nothing major damage output wise here either. Only notable thing really is Nashmira gains minus 10% enemy gain and plus 10% magic damage when summoned alongside Ovjang. Again, that does not apply to Nashmira 2. So if you do want both of these trusts, or even just one of them, they can be purchased from any non-Nizul Isle assault counter for 3000 assault points. And your final 2 trusts, I've decided to show you in Zita, because, you know, I love Zita. However, they can be purchased from any field manual or grounds tome in any zone. Here we have Korumoru making yet another appearance, regardless of him being in the same boat as Adelheid, in that you probably already have him from the Records of Eminence quests. As far as the trust goes, however, he's a red mage, with all the good spells you'd expect from a top red mage. He'll convert if needs be, will refresh jobs that have MP natively, will only flurry ranged characters and only haste DDs and tanks, as well as cast Distract on high evasion to enemies. One downside, however, is he won't cast a higher tier debuff on enemies if they've already had a lower level of the debuff applied. Still, definitely a must-have if somehow you don't already have him. Your other trust available for tabs, and the final trust in Spring's Extravaganza, is Sakura. Sakura is a passive trust, so can't be targeted by enemies, or actually participate in battle. It does have an indie regen effect that gives 6 HP a tick at level 99. This regen also bestows physical combat skill gain rate up, so Sakura is fantastic for you if you've got physical skills needing skilled up. Both of these trusts can be obtained for 300 tabs a go, like I said previously, from any Grounds Tome or Field Manual. So there you have it, the 2018 Spring Alter Ego Extravaganza in a nutshell, with advice on all the available trusts, where you can get them and whether you should. I hope you found the video helpful, or of some use at least. If it was, or you did, please do click the like button. It does good things for the channel and lets me know. Have I missed any vital information out? Did I knock someone you've got experience of being useful? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, or Final Fantasy XI videos in general, don't forget to subscribe. 11 content coming out 3 times weekly. For now though, I've been Bairdos. Thanks for watching, take it easy, have a good day, adios.